The excitement is building to a crescendo. 150,000 race fans have gathered here for the first NASCAR Winston Cup race at this facility. We welcome you and our ABC affiliates from coast to coast for the inaugural Las Vegas 400. Today, they're set for racing at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and the green flag waves. Quickly, Dale Jarrett has jumped out into the lead by about a car length and a half over Jeff Bodine as Ward Burton falls into third position, and already we see 2 and sometimes 3 abreast racing through these corners.
Track position at this racetrack is going to be critical today, so if you gain a couple of spots early on, you want to take every advantage that you can. These two cars running side by side are running a little bit slower than cars would be if they were running in a straight line with that car beside of you. Mark Martin took a look, thought about going 3 wide. You can do it here at this Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Here's Mark Martin trying to challenge Jeff. Oh, and a crash up in turn number 2.
Ricky Craven.
Looks like he did a 360 spinning around. I'm not sure that he hit anything. Will there be a caution? No, there will not. The field comes down and continues under green. And we have a replay. We can see what happens in the middle of your screen. Watch it.
And looks like that Chad Little is going to just touch Ricky Craven in the left rear. And guess what, Bob? That's exactly what happened to Chad Little yesterday when he got touched in the left rear. Only that he backed it in the fence. Craven, tremendous job. Mark Martin, folks, when we went to break, Dale Jarrett was the leader. It's now Mark Martin. Started in 6th spot, has worked his way to 1st. Started in 7th spot.
A very steady progression up to the number 1 spot, so put Mark Martin as the 2nd leader of this Las Vegas 400, with Jarrett running 2nd. Ward Burton is 3rd, followed by Bill Elliott, Rusty Wallace. Jeff Gordon has slipped back to 6th position, followed by Jeff Burton. Up front, we have Jarrett on the left and Mark Martin on the right. And here is how Jarrett got the lead from Mark just a couple of laps ago.
He comes off the corner, gets a great run off the corner. Martin sees that great run and says, hey, I think I'll just let him go by rather than try to hold him up. Been a lot of conversation the first 2 races about who has the advantage, the Ford, the Chevrolet, or whatever. Right now, the Ford Taurus, all those cars are running in the top 6 spots. So Pontiac, Ward Burton, is currently in 7th. The first Chevrolet is Jeff Gordon back in 10th spot.
Here comes Jeff Burton in the 99 car to the inside of Bill Elliott. This is the battle for 5th position, and Bill Elliott is not going to give way to Jeff that easy. It's a little puff of smoke that came from Elliott's car, Benny.
I tell you what, Jerry Funk reported that they changed engines in that 94 car. It could be that there's a line just a little bit loose.
Oh.
Hey, Rusty Wallace put him up in 2nd spot.
Man, did he get a run and came to the inside of Mark Martin and took 2nd position. Now he sets his sights on the leader of the race, Dale Jarrett.
Rusty Wallace looking back, and here goes Rusty Wallace for the lead. Wow.
Very impressive run from his 10th starting position. Rusty Wallace goes into the lead on lap number 33. Live coverage of the Las Vegas 400 NASCAR Winston Cup race from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. The lead has changed again. That car on the left of your screen is Johnny Benson, and he has gone into the lead. And the overhead shots are courtesy of the Pennzoil Copter Ham circling overhead Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Let's see how Johnny Benson got the lead away from Rusty Wallace.
He was down in turns 1 and 2 when he got positioned on the outside. Came up on the outside. Rusty could do nothing. Otherwise, they were going to crash. He gave him the line, and Benson took the lead. Johnny Benson looking strong early on.
Now the Roush cars begin to gang up on the leader of the two-car rather of Rusty Wallace. Here comes another member of the Roush gang. That's Jeff Burton at number 99. Johnny Benson leads, and Mark Martin is coming up now to challenge.
Jack Roush has five cars I should say, in this race today. The three of the first four are Roush cars.
A couple of Ford Tauruses battling it out here. Ford Tauruses, of course, are new on the NASCAR Winston Cup circuit in 1998. And now Jeff Burton in another Taurus goes to the lead, passing Johnny Benson.
Jeff Burton won the first race at the Texas Motor Speedway last April. And here comes Mark Martin on the inside of Rusty Wallace of Jack Roush. Smile. You're running 1, 2, 3.
Kenny Irwin, the rookie who came from open wheel racing, loops the Haviland Ford coming out of the fourth turn.
And the caution flag is out, and there's no damage to Irwin's car.
And it looks like that Brett Bodine was able to pass the leader Jeff Burton at the line and get his lap back.
And the right front tire is flat on the left front tire is flat on Kenny Irwin's car. So he really hopes these tires will step and ride on the inner tire until he can get that back to the pits, because if they go completely flat, he gets on the rim, he'll tear the car up the underneath of the car as he tries to get back around.
It looks like it may come apart.
That left front is really beating up on that fender.
It sure is. Here's the replay of what happened. He was battling, it looked like, with Bobby Labonte.
Yes, he was. He and Dick Trickle, and Kenny Irwin just loses control, spins around.
We are going down 1 pound of air pressure in all four tires for our leader, Jeff Burton. As Wallace is out, we watch the left side tires going on Jeff Burton's X side Ford. His car was a little bit tight. They're trying to loosen it up. He is down and away. We check in with Jack Roush.
Jeff Bodine, they're going to work on him as no Nemechek worked out.
Back at Las Vegas, where the cars have been under green for 1 lap. There you see Ernie Irvin at the front of the field. He, however, is now 1 lap down instead of 2. The leader of the race is Jimmy Spencer, and Jeff Burton is running in second spot. Dale Jarrett, meanwhile, is working a little bit better right now as he goes to the inside and takes second from Gordon. But look at Jeff fight back. And what a great vantage point for Mark Martin, huh?
That's Rusty Wallace. Rusty's just trying to figure out, okay, should I try to go between these two guys? I don't think this car will fit in that hole between these guys, so let's see. Jeff, is he going to be the one that's going? Let's see. Yeah, maybe Jeff will. No, I think Jarrett's going to. Let me dive down to the inside and get Jarrett.
Now the Tabasco hot zone telemetry will show us what the RPMs and speed is on the Rusty Wallace car. There's Rusty Wallace as he closes in on Jimmy Spencer. This is how he did it.
And we see that Rusty Wallace started 1.1 seconds behind Spencer, and 5 laps later was just a half second behind. We can see how consistent Rusty was. See at 33.9, 0, 1, 1, 1. Consistently 1/10 of a second faster than Jimmy Spencer.
Spencer, meanwhile, consistent at 34.3 twice and 34.2 3 times in that 5-lap session. Now here is Rusty diving to the bottom of the racetrack and taking the lead away from Jimmy Spencer.
When Rusty Wallace pulled in the corner on the behind Jimmy Spencer.
Well, here's a battle for second position as Mark Martin goes inside of Dale Jarrett, and they go wheel to wheel down the backstretch.
Man, oh man. Look how fast that Mark Martin has been going. Started almost 2 seconds behind Rusty Wallace, is now just 9/10 of a second behind Rusty Wallace, and we can see he's been faster on each and every lap. Will the gear or transmission, whatever's causing that vibration, will it last? Mark Martin is certainly hoping, please just last about 70 more laps.
A great side-by-side battle all the way around the racetrack between Mark Martin and Dale Jarrett for second position. Rusty Wallace watches in his rearview mirror as the leader of the race. Boy, these cars look pretty equal, don't they?
I'm telling you, Dale Jarrett's got him right where he wants him now. They forced him up to his groove on the top of the racetrack. Now, one reason that Rusty Wallace is not driving away from his two cars as they run side by side, because he has caught Bobby Labonte, the 18 car, Interstate Battery Pontiac, who does not want to go a lap down. So he's going to race Rusty just as hard as he can.
Meanwhile, it is Mark Martin who's trying to wrestle the lead away from Rusty Wallace.
And they go down in the corner, and Mark Martin will take the lead, so he's fought his way back from 2 seconds down to take the lead from Rusty Wallace.
An impressive performance by Mark Martin as he has taken command now of the Las Vegas 400 with 66 laps to go. Dale Jarrett is in trouble. The car is smoking badly, Benny.
Looks like he has burned a piston. Oh, we saw some parts come out from under the car that time as it came off the corner. I saw debris, Jerry Munch.
Many are saying that DJ thinks they may have swallowed a valve in the engine. And if that is the case, then they are going to be shooting debris out the exhaust pipes. Maybe some of the debris you saw come in a moment ago. He is slowing down on 7 cylinders, maybe even 6, as it's getting weaker and weaker as he's headed toward us. What a tough break. They had some strategy for the final pit stop, and they were going to come down pit road right now at 45 miles an hour.
Rusty Wallace and Bobby Labonte are also on pit road, and we'll go back down to Jerry.
As Dale Jarrett comes to a halt, we'll watch the Rusty Wallace pit stop. Final pit stop of the day for Rusty Wallace and the Penske crew. They will make an air pressure adjustment. They will go up 1 pound in the right rear and down a pound in the left rear, trying to get the car dialed in for the final 30 laps. Left side tires now going on Rusty Wallace's Ford Taurus. The Pontiac of Bobby Labonte moves out behind him. Rusty is down and away. A little bit of a problem on that front. As he goes by, we're hearing conversations on the 88 team that possibly the 88 is done for the day. Yes, they will indeed just push the car slowly down pit road and around behind the pit wall. What a tough break for Dale Jarrett.
And the leader, Mark Martin, comes down off the banking onto pit road.
Just 45 miles per hour. Jerry Punch, he's coming to you at 45. It better be 45.
Well, Benny, it is 45 miles an hour. Remember the vibration Mark talked about? He said the vibration is coming and going. As one car spins coming on the pit road, that is Jimmy Spencer apparently. Oh, Johnny Benson has spun coming on the pit road. Another one of the Roush machines. He gets his car right and headed in. Here's Mark Martin's final pit stop of the day. They will change all 4 tires, clean the windshield, updating the vibration situation. Mark said the vibration is coming and going. When it comes back each time, it gets worse and worse and worse. They are hoping and praying they can hang on and possibly win this thing. Mark Martin won of 4 Roush cars are in the top 10, 20.2 seconds as he is down and away.
Let's take a look at Johnny Benson's spin as he was coming in for this stop. Here he is coming down off the 12 degrees of banking onto pit road, and the car gets out from under him.
I tell you what, Johnny Benson has never won a race, and that's exactly what caused that spin, because he wanted to come off the racetrack and gain that 1 or 2 seconds that he needed, and guess what? That cost him.
And Mark Martin has a 2.5 second lead over Jeff Burton.
It was about 3.5 seconds not too long ago, so Jeff Burton is getting closer. Closer and closer. Can he gain enough in the next 13 laps? We'll just have to wait and see. See, he was 3.1 seconds behind. 5 laps later, he was 2.7 seconds behind. That's only 0.4 of a second. He's got to pick up the pace if he's going to catch Mark Martin and win this race.
Martin, by the way, has just clinched the 5 bonus points for leading the most laps here in the inaugural Las Vegas 400. Here's an Napa Field summary where everybody is running at the moment. Check out the starting positions there on the right-hand side. The numbers in parentheses. Jimmy Spencer having a good race today. There are 11 cars still on the lead lap. Ricky Rudd running in 11th. Jeff Gordon is 17th at the moment. He is also a lap down. Joe Nemechek ran well in the early stages. He's a lap down in 22nd.
Kenny Irwin having some problems today. He's 3 laps down. Kenny Irwin, we saw him spin earlier.
Dale Jarrett out of the race. So is John Andretti.
Ricky Rudd just goes a lap down, the 11th place car. So now only 10 cars on the lead lap. I see Chad Little is that 10th place car. So Jack Roush has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars in the top 10.
All 5 of his cars are in the top 10. A great day at this point for Jack Roush. Mark is in turn number 4, coming onto the tri-oval and looking at the white flag indicating a mile and a half left, and he wins the inaugural Las Vegas 400. It'll be his 23rd career win if he can pull it off. Let's see what happens on this final lap.
Jeff Burton gains 2 tenths of a second again that last lap. We can see Jeff Burton behind the 2 lap cars of Schrader and Bobby Hamilton.
Mark Martin goes on to the backstretch. He's halfway around. Burton indeed is coming on strong, but I'm not sure he's got enough to do it. It doesn't look like he will. Mark Martin now in turn number 4. Here he is. The crowd is on its feet cheering for the winner of the inaugural Las Vegas 400, Mark Martin.
Jerry Bunch told us at the very beginning of the show today that Mark Martin was very, very confident.
Mark Martin has his 23rd career win, his 14th on a super speedway, and it is the first win for Ford Taurus in NASCAR Winston Cup competition. Here's Jerry.
Well, Jack Roush, by our calculations, 1st, 2nd, 4th, 6th, and 10th. 5 Roush cars in the top 10. What a day.
Well, that's what we set out to try to do. You know, I know that's being awful greedy, but everybody's worked hard. This thing ebbs and flows. You know, you wind up doing better than you should for a while. Normally, it seems like you don't do nearly as well as you should. It all kind of come together.
Let me tell you something. God answered my prayers today. We had problems today, and I didn't think we were going to make it. I just didn't think we were going to make it, and you know, I just prayed for, you know, for it to be His will, whatever, and that I would accept it if it broke. But I was going to go out leading, and that's when I stepped on it, went to the front.